Virgo, welcome to your mid-September 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Well, I did something very brilliant. I erased the file that I had just recorded right after I made it. I was trying to clean up my files and I just completely forgot that I had just done something and I just erased everything. So that's why I'm starting over again. I mean, living in the moment is one thing, but this is getting ridiculous. I'm telling you. Okay, so the heart of the matter is the Queen of Pentacles. And you are Pentacles. You are Earth. And you do have the Four of Pentacles here as well. Both of these are great money cards, but especially money that is, I feel like, financial security. The Queen is, you know, has a connotation of royalty and therefore the sense of power, empowerment. So it's kind of like you're in the driver's seat financially for some reason. There's a card that's behind you that's indicating what you're coming up from or against, and it is the Five of Wands. And this is a card of combative energy, conflict. You know, people can be fighting. Maybe sometimes when I see this card, I think of a marriage couple or maybe in a divorce case. But there's also other hands in the mix there. So, you know, a possibility is like a, what do you call it? A battle over a will or an estate. I feel like you might even be in that kind of situation, the person entrusted to be the executor of the estate. Or I don't know if that's the proper term, but the person who is in charge of, you know, sending out all the paperwork, copies of the wills, and any kind of court dates and all that. It might be that you have some kind of control over this, or you've been entrusted to have that. And I wouldn't be surprised because you may come across as somebody who has that kind of grounded intelligence to be able to deal with the finances in a very practical and what's that other word? Competent way, you know. Also, if this is a work situation, I feel like you either just recently got into some kind of supervisory position or there's something going on, you know. It could be something where you get the promotion and you beat out the competition, but you're still not feeling comfortable where you are, because the higher message can really talk about the spiritual lesson in all of this. And with the Ace of Wands, it can suggest that it's time to be creating your own path and your own product if you're in sales rather than selling somebody else's. It's a very independent type of card, and it's also a card, it's a catalyst. So this may be a catalyst for you, this conflict, where you feel like you thought you wanted something. Maybe you thought you wanted to be in a certain status position, but you find, remember that when I say more money, more problems, no, more status, more problems, you know, something like that. And with the Ace of Wands, this is fire energy that is flanking that earth. So to me, it's like you're staying above the fray, but I think that you may have to risk some conflict, because if you try to assert yourself and maybe to disengage from what's going on around you, other people won't like it because you're not playing along with the drama anymore. And this could be a family matter. I don't want to make it just seem like it could be in the workplace, but something going on. And it's like very independent, the Ace of Wands. Wands relate to fire signs, and fire energy represents autonomy, sovereignty, individuality, and creativity. Freedom. And so that kind of thing could really be what is beckoning you, and yet you still may be unsure of yourself. You still may doubt yourself. Do I have what it takes? Because the card that crosses you is the Moon card. And by the way, we are having a full moon in Pisces on the 20th of September, and this will be in your 7th house of committed partnership. Full moons can bring something to a head. They can, secrets can come out. And, sometimes people if I ever write that in the title of a video, oh, wow, because people are always attracted to, oh my God, a secret is going to come out. What is it? What is the secret going to be? And a lot of times people are a little bit nervous about things like that because obviously if something has been kept from you, what is it going to be? Is it going to be really hard to deal with? And the truth is that it can be very liberating because, and by the way, I'm not saying that the other party comes up to you and just confesses something. You might find out inadvertently that something is happening. But the point is that you should never fear anything like that because it means that if the cat is out of the bag, it means that you can, once you know the truth of a situation, you're not being lied to anymore, you can make intelligent decisions. How can you make intelligent decisions when you are operating under a delusion? So that would be in any aspect of your life, but I'm telling you that this full moon is falling in this house. Of course, that's in a general sense. It may not be for each individual person, but this is the interesting thing about the Moon card is that it is connected to Pisces as a sign, and then we can look at it as a timing card because it's the full moon and it's in Pisces, so that's a done deal. But the point is that it's saying that you may not want to accept it, whatever this is. The full moon in the 7th can be kind of for people that are, basically getting along with their partner, but there might be some issue that needs to be resolved. It's kind of like do or die, where you have to address it. If both parties are really kind of adverse to discussing something, obviously it's going to be very awkward, off-putting. They may not want to do it. So these things that I'm talking about, it's not necessarily easy to accept. And you may feel this sense of maybe I'll just pretend it's not happening. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. And by the way, this just because you're having a full moon in the 7th house doesn't mean that it's going to be something bad for your relationship. There are multiple interpretations or possibilities for the moon in the 7th house, including that nothing will seem like it even happened. But for those people who it is already an issue for you, something in your relationship, this may bring something to light, and you should definitely embrace it, not fear it, and not be in denial over it. Because the moon in its challenge position can be denial about something. And that's never good because it just prolongs the inevitable, let's face it. What is coming in is the 4 of Pentacles And this confirms that you are holding on to your money. I mean, it's like literally in the picture. You are making those decisions that favor you financially. Sometimes this card can mean over attachment to the material side of life. And by the way, you know, that Five of Wands can suggest some kind of a legal battle. And that's, oh yeah, that's the seventh house, is legal matters. So if this is either like an inheritance or a dissolving marriage, and the full moon could bring the conclusion to that situation. And that could be a good thing, actually, you know. But because it's in the challenge position, for you, it might not feel so good if you were not the one that initiated the breakup, because maybe you were hoping that you could get back together with that person, and this is a sense of finality, that it's really over with. The outcome is the Magician card, and this is a card of being a conscious co-creator, meaning that you acknowledge that all human beings are creative, whether they know it or not. They're creating their reality. Are we completely in control of everything that's happening? Of course not. But we're in control of more than we know. And the more that we can take control of what we can control, the better. It's kind of like when people argue about health matters and they say, well, you know, my family has a history of heart disease, so don't tell me that diet can actually help, because it's kind of like something that's hereditary in my family is to have heart problems. And that might be 100% true, that there's like this genetic weakness or whatever you want to call it. But are you going to tell me that if you avoid eating deep fried Twinkies and you eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, that's just not going to make a dent in your health? See, that's what I'm talking about, is that you do what you can where you are with what you have. And that to me is the Magician in a nutshell. Is like you are making magic because you are seeing that you are a powerful co-creator. And with that Ace of Wands, I see that almost like the Minor Arcana version of the Magician. I'm not saying that it is, but it feels like it to me, because aces are like ones. The Magician is one. The aces are beginnings, and the Magician is an initiator. So where can you initiate in your life at this time? Is it something that you want to start a business? There is something creative with that Ace of Wands. So it's creating something. What do you want to create, Virgo? Because maybe you have been creating drama or participating in drama with the Five of Wands instead of going your own way and creating something that is positive, life-affirming, and your own. That's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that this resonated. If you'd like a private reading with me, I'm primarily an astrologer, and I'm promoting my deep dive reading, which is a double chart reading, 1 hour of natal chart analysis with 1 hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months at a special price. You can check out that reading and other readings I offer at rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.